Hey everybody, welcome to What About the Game. Today I'm going to be talking about Astro Duel Deluxe on the Nintendo Switch. Asteroids, one of the most classic and influential arcade games of all time. It's an incredibly simple concept, as necessary for the technology of the time. You rotate your ship, thrust forward, and shoot. It's timeless. It's a mechanic that's been copied time and time again, and here we are with Astro Duel. Originally released on the PC last year, the Nintendo Switch version comes with a Deluxe name as a complete definitive package. So what have the original developer Wild Rooster and Switch porter Panic Button done in order to make the gameplay feel fresh? Well, they've made it into a competitive party game, of course. The clue lies in the duel part of the title. You and up to 5 more players swap the asteroid target in favour of other players in order to battle it out and be the winner. I'm just going to say it straight out, it's stupidly simple but so great. In the normal 4-player game mode, you can either choose to have a free-for-all or fight in teams. When it's every man for themselves, the way to win is to earn kills. While each round you only have 1 life, it doesn't matter if you survive or not, as survival isn't the name of the game. You keep playing rounds until one of the players racks up the set amount of kills. Be warned though, accidentally killing yourself takes a point away from you. In team play, it's not the kills that count, but the rounds won, so technically you can still win even if you never kill anyone yourself. As with the previous mode, you can set the amount required yourself by choosing to either have a short, medium length or longer game. An interesting divide of these two modes is the choice between ship kill and pilot kill. In ship kill, you just shoot the enemy ship once, and as long as it doesn't have a shield power up, you get the kill and the player is eliminated. Pilot kill, on the other hand, is slightly different but completely changes the feel of the game. This is where you can take a hit and your ship is destroyed, but your pilot is free to run for his life. He is completely helpless. He can't shoot and he also can be squashed by other crafts, but if you survive long enough, then a new ship will respawn and you can rejoin the fray. I actually can't decide if I prefer one mode to the other, as I think they both offer something good to the table. It's fun switching between these modes once in a while. Another thing you can do is play in Chaos mode, which, as you would expect, is a tad more frenetic than normal mode. Here up to 6 players can join in. Any way you play it, every game is tense. I love it. By default, power-ups are available to be picked up. They can range from shields to missiles, even proximity mines. Personally, I prefer to have them turned off. I preferred the pure arcade experience of just you and your ship. This is an example of the decent amount of customization available in Astro Duel. You can tweak the gameplay and extras such as the amount of asteroids, limiting your boosting ability, replays, and so on. As much customization as there is, there's one thing that I feel is oddly missing. In the free-for-all mode, winning is based on kills, which is fair enough, but there should have been an option to have wins based around round wins too. Sure, this is easy to exploit by just holding back and letting everybody take each other out, but it could have been a much more tactical experience. While it may not have been the premier way to play, the option would have been nice and should have been there. One rather intriguing mode in the Deluxe version is the Party mode. Here controllers are not needed. Instead, when the Switch is undocked, you use the corners of the touchscreen. One section is for shooting, the other is for turning. The oddness shines here as having a touchscreen button for turning gives you very little nuance for control. You can only turn right. Your ship is propelled automatically as you and your mates pirouette around in a stupid waltz until one of you gets a lucky shot or you all end up killing yourselves. It's fun no doubt, but an odd solution to a lack of controllers. One thing I really liked about Astro Duel Deluxe is the amount of stages to choose from, and their variety. Yes, you can have the standard plain layout, but there are more extravagant ones to play, such as the ones with black holes, gravity fields, and laser beams. Having it on random and playing a few rounds with friends just doesn't get old. With Astro Duel Deluxe being a party game through and through, it will be no surprise to learn that single player content is non-existent. Aside from playing the normal modes with CPU opponents, there's nothing special for the lonelier of gamers. No story mode, no missions, no arcade scorer type mode, nothing. Again, it's primarily a party game, but I think they could have at least included something. Personally, I thought just fighting the CPUs was enough fun in itself. I could play over and over again, but I'm not sure everyone else would be the same as me. Buy Astro Duel as a party game first and foremost. Graphically, it's not much of a looker, but I think the retro art style is the right choice in this regard. Visual effects are simple but top notch, as you see your pilot's remains spinning around the arena, and the power-up weapons look good too. As for the soundtrack, that's pretty good, although there is quite an odd amount of crackling, which I don't know if it's intentional or not. Either way, it's quite distracting. Interestingly, more people worked on the soundtrack than the actual programming. Overall, for me personally, Astro Duel Deluxe is a fantastic party game for your Nintendo Switch. While its simplicity may be enough for many people to scoff at, I thoroughly enjoyed it, playing with friends and even on my own with the CPU. There's enough variety in power-ups, stages and customization to keep it going, and a great game to bust out when friends are over. The touchscreen play may not be the ideal solution to a lack of expensive controllers, but it's interesting and somewhat fun to play if not for the pure absurdity of it. Lack of single player content may harm its chances with many gamers, but for a party game it's an excellent choice, something I will keep downloaded on my Switch for a long time to come. Okay guys, if you've enjoyed this review then be sure to like and subscribe. You can read the full review of Astro Duel Deluxe at whataboutthegame.com, and you can follow me on Facebook and Twitter if you want to. All the links are below. Thanks guys, bye bye.
Ready, fight.